Here's the deal, Columbus. I'm not easy to get along with, and I'm sensing you're a bit of a bitch. So, I give this relationship to about Texarkana.
Really? Yeah, you'll take me as far as Texarkana.
You're a peppy little spitfuck, aren't you?
Weed, do you?
Do I look like the type of person that would have weed?
I'm sorry.
Boom! Yeah.
I have nothing against
Hippies, I just want to beat the shit out of them.
We're gonna go get her. We ride it, dog.
Start talking.
You first. Oh, my name's Tallahassee.
Die, zombie! Light him up!
You ready, baby? Hey guys, what's up everybody? Welcome to Real Time for the Real Everyday Movie Fan. I'm of course Josh Williams and this is Victoria Williams. She's a little unhappy right now. She's tired and sleepy. So we'll get to our review out really quickly as we can so we can get her to sleep. But today I'm here to give you my real-time review of Zombieland 2. Now Zombieland 2 was directed by Ruben Fleischer. I'm probably butchering that. I am horrible with names. Ryan will tell you I'm pretty bad. Oh, it's okay, baby. But it also stars Emma Stone, Abigail Breslin, Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Rosario Dawson, Zoey Deutch, I'm butchering her last name, Luke Wilson, and lastly Thomas Middleditch. Again, I'm bad. I am really sorry, guys. I do sincerely apologize. I'm butchering these names really badly. But, oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay, baby. Mommy's not available right now, so I'm doing double duty. So with this movie, I was extremely hyped because heck, we're getting another Zombieland 2. What more could we love about this idea? So I was a little nervous, also because I was wondering what else could they do. You know what I mean? Like what else could be possibly to do? Oh, I know. But I have to say, I walked out really enjoying myself. So we'll talk about that a little bit. There's a couple of things I didn't necessarily like, but we'll talk about it here in a bit. But before we do, guys, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can receive more of our various content in the future. Also, guys, just want to give a quick shout out that this movie is sponsored by B&B Missouri 6 Theater. So we'll give a brief promotional video here. I'm actually going to try and put her down for a quick bottle. Then we'll get right back into the review. Be right back. B&B Missouri 6 is the premier theater to see a movie if you're in the Missouri area. The refreshments are delicious, the seats give you full reclining comfort, and the movie viewing experience is euphoric. But the main reason I wanted B&B to be my sponsor is their staff and the overall movie-going experience they provide. They're professional, friendly, inviting, and they truly have you leaving the theater feeling, as their motto goes, the magic of the movies. Alright guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Got the little girl to sleep. Thank you so much for going through and listening to the promotion and listening to the little sponsorship video. I gotta get them in, guys. Gotta give a shout out to people who are sponsoring me, but also just let you guys know. If you like what like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. Doesn't hurt your bar, just a little click there. But let's get right into the review, guys. I've been really excited to talk about with these guys and kind of gauge what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. I overall enjoyed myself. I walked out having a good time. Was some moments where I kind of rolled my eyes. Because this movie, let's be real, it's dumb. But it's dumb in a way that doesn't cross the line to where I didn't enjoy myself. Because that's always interesting to figure out. What is people's line of dumb in a movie? Because some people, there's a threshold, I feel like, always with people, especially in a comedy, where if it crosses that line, the movie's ruined for them. But as long as it stays behind that line, they can still sit back and enjoy themselves. And that's where I was. So I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10. I thought about between a 6.5 and a 7, but I stuck with a 7 because I thoroughly enjoyed myself leaving the movie. And the more and more I thought about it, the more and more the jokes I thought about as I was, just hanging out, talking it over with my wife, who she enjoyed it too. I just kept laughing and laughing, and that's a good thing for me, is when a movie can have those kind of one-liners and catchphrases and comedic moments where you stop and think about it, and it's just funny. It's a good time, and they keep that up with good action with the zombies and good horror element moments. There were some actually good horror element moments sprinkled throughout the movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, kind of like the original Zombieland was. So, and that also just does a lot in part to the original cast. They have the same chemistry they've always had. The dry humor with Jesse Eisenberg, paired with Woody Harrelson's comedic moments is just, it's pure gold to me. They still captured the fun and laughter as they did in the first one. And that also is, you can't praise Abigail Breslin or Emma Stone enough either. They're really good in the movie. They have some good dramatic moments, and they also have some good comedic moments as well. And I loved all of them interacting with one another like I did in the first one. I was just glad to see them back on screen. But on top of that, too, we had some good additional casting choices. Zoey, I can't about her last name, but Zoey Deutch or Dutch. I'm sorry for butchering that last name, but she was really good. I feel like she was the standout star for me that I didn't expect, because when I saw her in the trailer, she kind of plays like this dumb blonde, ditzy kind of person, but it worked. Like, I think it had a lot in part to do with her acting ability to have good facial expressions when a comedic moment would happen, but also good comedic timing. With the line she was given, if you just took the line at face value, it may or may not work, but her ability to time it right helps make it funny, and I can't commend her enough. I thought she was a great addition to the movie, and the same with Rosario Dawson. She's a badass in anything she's ever in. I'll watch anything she's in. She's awesome. She is just a great actress all around, and she's just a great addition to have in the movie. Same with Luke Wilson and the other guy, the sprint guy. He's good. They're both good. Luke Wilson's always just a fun person to have in any movie. What was his name again? Thomas Middleditch. Again, I'm bad at last names. But they were good as well. I will say there were moments when they interact with the original cast that there's some comedic moments that get really redundant and old kind of fast. I feel like they should have cut it to a point where it was funny, but then that's it. Because it got to a point where it was funny, then it stopped being funny. Kind of like how it was in Deadpool 2 when he was prolonging his death. Like, it was funny at first because you can tell he's making fun of these movies that do that, like the slow death scenes, but it was getting tedious and it was getting a little annoying, so they probably should have cut it a little earlier. Same with this one. There were a couple moments with them where it was that instance, and I was just kind of, okay, it's not funny anymore, let's move on. And you kind of get that sprinkled throughout the movie a little bit. There's moments where I feel like they could have either been cut short or they could have just been cut all together, because there were eye-rolling moments. Because there was those moments that crossed the line for me of trying to be funny, but it's not funny. And again, that's, to me, comedy and horror are the most subjective subjective genres. Because what is funny to you might not be funny to somebody else, and what's scary to you might not be scary to somebody else. And I think that's why you're seeing such a low Rotten Tomatoes score. I think it's at last I checked 67%, which is shocking to me. I felt like that's a little low. But I can see some of the people's gripes where it was kind of a rehash of the original, and that's true. There's not really much plot. This movie had kind of the same plot as the room, where there's kind of meandering around, and then they have to go to like a point, like a spot, a place to be where it's safe and it's fun or whatever. And that was, you can make the argument that's repetitive to the point where it's not a good, directing choice or good storyline choice, but I don't know. I didn't mind it too much. I can see where people would make it a negative point, because whereas this one doesn't do it as effectively as the first one, because the first one, even though it's not much of a plot, they still keep you well engaged because it's this new and fresh thing. Because this is around the time when Walking Dead wasn't around, so zombies weren't a thing like they are now. This first one was very fresh and reinvigorating to the zombie genre, whereas this one, it just kind of does this repetitive thing, kind of the same exact stuff as did in the first one. So some people, I can understand their gripe about that one, but it just didn't do that for me. So other than that, guys, I can still recommend you guys check this one out. It's still fun. There are some dumb moments, there are some eye-rolling moments, a couple of them here and sprinkled throughout here and there. It's not as effective in its ability to keep you engaged as the first one, but I can say I walked out having a great time. I will say people have asked me, after I've seen it, is it one like Zombieland where you can just watch it over and over again and just enjoy it every single time? I say so. I will say this. It's not as, like, for me, Zombieland's a movie, like, I can put it on the background, but eventually I'm going to have to sit down because I get sucked into how good it is. This one, if I put it on in the background, I'll just continue to work around the house and just listen to it. Whereas I don't think it'll suck me in and keep me enjoyed as much as the first one. So take that for what you will. I still think it's a great movie to go enjoy yourself with. It's still a horror movie. It's Halloween time. Go enjoy yourself. I think you will like it. But that'll do it for me today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. What did you think of Zombieland 2 if you have seen it? Leave your comments in the section below. Let me know whether you liked it or not and give me your score out of 10. Also, if you like what you watched, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can receive more of our various content in the future. Also, like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Stardust. The links are in the description below, as always. And that's all I have for you again. I can't talk right now. That's all I have for you today. Again, I'm Josh Williams, and thank you for keeping it real with Real Time.